tell us, as you've been doing this podcast, give us a good story of somebody that you've met, insurmountable odd why, somebody that the listeners might really connect with.
Wow. So I've had a lot, but I spoke to her yesterday, so I'll bring it up because she's going through some crazy time. So I met this woman, Ellen Latham. I had Ellen on my show, and she's a gym rat. She grew up in Buffalo, New York. Her father was a football coach. She was a tomboy, and she loved physical fitness. So her father sat her down, and he said when she was getting ready to go to college, do what you love to do, and it'll never be a job. It'll never be a job. You will always just love what you do. And if you love what you do, there's a good chance you'll be successful. So she goes, she gets a degree, she gets a master's degree, and she starts teaching at YMCAs with equipment in her car. Lo and behold, she moves to Florida. She becomes a spa director at Williams Island. She's married, she has a kid, and life is pretty good. Well, gets divorced, has the kid, and one day she gets called in by the general manager. She's around 40 now, 42. So she gets fired. Single mom with a kid, house, mortgage. What does she do? She has a Pilates machine in her basement. She starts calling people and gets people in there. She gets a second Pilates machine. She called Gold's Gym and she said, I'm going to be doing these spinning classes. Give me 500 square feet. I'll bring in some people. So she works a deal with Gold's. She does that for a couple of years, saves up a little bit of money, and goes to Davie, Florida, and opens up this thing called Ellen's Ultimate Fitness. She's living life, loving it. She's a gym rat. She's taught aerobics, steps, slide, spinning. She's done it all. The high white socks, the big hair, the Jane Fonda days. So now she's in her 40s, late 40s. She takes a little bit more square feet. Maybe she's got 1,500, 2,000 square feet. She has a business. It's hers. She's making a living. Her kid's safe. Everything's good. And a woman comes in. She's about 52 now. A woman comes in and says to her, I really like what you're doing here. The results I'm seeing, the people are loyal. Talk to my husband. He's into franchising. She says, franchising? I know nothing about that. Leave me alone. Get out of here. She goes home and talks to her family and her sister, and they're like, what are you, crazy? Franchising's a big thing. Listen to them. A month later, the woman comes back, brings the husband, the partner. We're talking about Orange Theory. 1,300 locations.
Yes.
$1 billion in revenues.
High-end
members.
Yes.
And she started it at 54 years old.
Wow.
So
yeah. Orange Theory, for anybody who doesn't know, is a gym, but it's kind of a high-end gym, if I'm not mistaken. It's not
so
like you're.
High-end. There's 1,300 of them, and they're in all these countries, but it's a great workout because it's rowing machines, it's treadmills and weights, and it's a good burn in 50 minutes.
Right.
So, think about somebody facing adversity, works out of her house, gets a space, and then turns it into this $1 billion organization. But now, because of Corona, they're shut down coast to coast. So we just talked about how are you dealing with that.